Alright, we are back. There's a disclaimer up there. As you can see from yesterday, day trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. Keep in mind that this is only for entertainment and educational purposes only. There's no guarantee that anything that you watch from my channel will improve your trading. Alright, with that said, I've taken 2 trades pre-market so far and I'm down 25 bucks on AUVI. Just that. About 2 minutes till the market opens. Um, for now, there's not really any major gappers that I'm looking at. AUBI is pretty much the only one that's above VWAP at the moment. Everything else is kind of fading off. So it's looking like it's going to be somewhat of a weak day. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens as the market opens, because right now it's looking pretty weak. All right. Just waiting about a minute till the market opens. All right, about 40 seconds to the open here. Hmm. Alright, we have 15 seconds to the open here. 10 seconds. And remember, we don't trade the first minute, so we'll be waiting till 9:31. Alright, so I'll be just watching to see which of these stocks has a bullish first candle. So far we have Tide, BuzzFeed giving us a positive first candle. High of 73. First minute is up. And at 69 on BuzzFeed, watching that seller at 73. I'm watching the opening range breakout up to 80. Can we get the break of 73? There's 74. Only 1 cent breakout, gonna take it off for small profit. Good morning, Jonathan. RHDL or RDHL. RDHL. High of 29.50. Hit a high of 28.75. Mark is going. Watch Mark here. High of 66. Taking a dip trade at 60 there on Mark. Watching this over 66. This could halt up. So watching Mark here over 65. Hmm. Watching 60 on Mark. Reclaim of 60. Watching the reclaim of 60 on Mark. Otherwise we have to cut it. So there's 60. High that candle, 62. Cutting it at 57. Watching 39.40 on QNCX. Okay, it's selling off some more. Is it gonna hold view up here? That's the question. Watching seller at 37. And at 38, watching 40 break here. Big seller at 40, but we've been breaking it. There we go. Watch 41. Watch 41 break. Taking stop at 42 and 43. Rest out at 41. Sellers at 44 and 45. And at 43, watching 46, 47. There's 47. Looking for that break of 50. We're in low 43. This would be a good spot to be in for the break of 50. Sellers at 46. There's 47. Cutting at break even as it comes down. Back in at 40. Watching back above 40 for the bounce. Cutting at 37. Good morning, Dolce. It's failing. A UBI trying to reclaim. In there, 55. Oh, God. Come on. High at 57. It's a red to green move. Watching break up 60. There's 62. 64. Watching this if it's going to go into a halt. So from 64 all the way down to 54, I don't like that. Back in at 62, watching 64 break. That's our pre-market pivot. There's 65. Sellers at 63. Watching the sellers at 63. So watching those sellers at 63 for an ad. Okay, AUVI watching this over 63. Adding at 62, watching 63 break. Watching 64, 65, and at 62. Seller at 61. It's breaking 61, there's 62. Okay. Can we break 62 here? Buyer at 60. We're breaking 62, watch 63 and 65 for high or pivot break. There's 67. Took off half at 67. Now watching this for high day break at 72. There's 70, big seller at 70, that's to be expected. Gonna take another half off at 69 and we'll add into the position if it breaks 70 here. There we go, watching 70 break. There's 70. Needs to break 70 here. Watching 70 here. Cutting at 65, 64. Gonna be watching this for break of 70. And at 71 out at 75. It's gonna be a false breakout here unless we can get back over 70. It's a terrible candle. Back in at 60 for the dip. Dip trade. Watch a bounce here. 62, 65. Can we get a bounce of 65? There's 63. 4. This bottoming wick candle is actually looking pretty nice. Sold 100 shares at 66. Another 100 at 66. And the rest out at 64 for now. I don't want it to go back down to 60. Back in at 65. Needs to break 66. Nope. Back out. Pull heading upwards. Mark is also heading upwards. High at 66. Starter at 39 on Acon. Watching 39.20. Added for the break of 39.20 and looking for 40. There's 39.60. Watching 40 here. Break of 39.80. Watching 39.80. There's 90. Watching 40. Break of 40 here is what we're looking for. Watching 40. Sellers at 40. Got half my position out just below 40. Watching 40 here. Think it wants to break 40 here. There we go. Watching 40.50. There's 40.70. There's 40.80, 41. Watch 41. Are we going to break 41 here? Watching 41. There's 41.50, 41.70. 42, 43. Nice squeeze there. Unfortunately on small size, but nice squeeze. High of 43. Big buyer at 42. Let's see if the buyer holds up. It's a big buyer. Huge buyer. Watching 43 here. Going in heavier because it's got that huge buyer. Watching 45. Watching 45 break here. Out at 44.30. Now watching 45 for that break. There's 45.50, 45.85, 46. Watching 46 here. Add at 46, watching the break. There's 46.50, 47. Took off some at 47. Watching 47 break. There's 48. There's nice movement here. 48, 48.50, 48.30. Watching 48.30. Out at 48.08. Okay, so 48.30. We just squeezed 8 cents. Very nice. In there at 48, watching 49 break. Watching that 49 level. Add at 49.40, watching 49. There's 49.50. There's 50 here. Watching 51, 52. This thing is squeezing. 51.40 there. Cutting it at 50. Starter at 50. High at 51.40. Adding. Stop under 50. Cut it at 49.50. Seller stepping in at 50. Be careful. Looks like Foxo's also going a little bit. Watching that break a 70 on Foxo. Dip trade at 46 on Acon. Starter size. Watching this 47 break. Break of 47 on Acon. There's 47.20. Big buyer there at 47. There's 48. This candle can get back to green at 49. It's huge for the move. So holding 6,000 shares, 48. Watch 49. Holding. Watching here. Looking for that move through 49. Adding at 49, watching break. It's 49.40. There's 50, 51. Look at that move. 52. Adding for 52 break. Out at 49.50. BuzzFeed. It's popping up. Look at that. In here, BuzzFeed. Hope it holds 3 here. If it doesn't hold 3, we gotta cut it. Ugh. Yeah, it's bearish. Out at 86. That's a bad loss. For 300 shares, it's a bad loss. Watching 51, 52 on Acon. Sellers at 50.50. Okay, Acon back down. Attempted to buy the bid there. No luck in that. Price moved up. Starter here at 49. There is some selling at 49, but it is getting eaten away at. So hope we'll see here if it holds 48. Nope. Cutting the trade at 48. It's holding 48 for a little bit more. There it goes. Broke 48. Nice bounce on Foxo. Watching 48 break. There's 40. Let's see 49 here on Acon. Let's see 49. So watching 49 here. This will be a key break for the next level up. .48 has a buyer. Ah. Out for a small loss. Couldn't cut it in time. Mark is moving up. I have 66. Watching break a 66 here. Quick breakout or bail. Watching 66, 65. Out at 64, it's not breaking 65 for now. Back in for that break of 65, 66. Watching 65. Watching 61 hold on Mark. 65 looks like it's gonna break here. There's 6, 7. Out at 7, 67. Acon, you can watch 48 here. BuzzFeed trying to get back over 3. So it looks like BuzzFeed, Mark, Acon are all in play right now. AUVI is attempting to bounce off VWAP. So we're trying to have this hold 45.50 on Acon. Watching high day break, 68 on mark. There's 69. Can we get 70 here? Sellers at 70. Do we just fail at 70? Out at 68 on mark. Watching that seller at 70 on mark. Pre-market pivot at 75. In at 70 on mark, watching the seller break down. Watch 73. Only 1 cent breakout. Buyers at 70 though. Cutting at 68. Watching Acon here. Ooh, I missed the breakout. 52 is the high. Back down to 49 and 48. Need to see buyers at 49. Okay, watching 50. 49.50 is our price range right now, our price average. So watching that break back over 50. Okay, watching 51. There's 51, watching 52. There's 52, can we get 53 here? 52, we hit 52. Watch 52 for the breakout. Watching 52. Sellers at 52 or 51.20. Buyers at 51. There's 51.50. Adding for break at 52. There's 52.50, 53. Watching 52.50 and 53. Big buyer at 52.40. Watching break at 53. False break. Now it's at 54. Ah, late buy there at 54.50. $54.60. There's 55. Gotta cut it. It's too low. A dip to 50 here would be nice. If we are gonna get a dip, I don't like the breakout a high a day being on the topping tail wick. Starter at 53. Adding at 53. Gonna be watching 54 for the breakout over 55. Watch 54 here. Back over 53. 52.50. Cutting at 51.50. Get back 100 there. Okay, so we'll have to see. We'll have to wait. Tried buying the dip there, 48.40. Getting in starter position here below 50, watching the break back over 50. There's 51 on the ask. Buyers at 50. Watching the ask at 51. There's 51. There's 52. Taking off at 50.50 and 51. Okay, so 54 is the pivot right now. Looks like we have a high of 63.50 yesterday. Didn't see that. And pre-market we have a level of 47.50. So we gotta make sure we don't break back below 47.50. Watching 51 here for a starter. Adding at 51.20. Sellers at 51.30 and 50. Watching 52 here. Watching that seller at 51.70. Watching 52 break here. 52.50. Watching 53 here. Watching the break of 53. Gotta cut it. Back in here, 52.11. Watching 53 break. Watching 53 for the breakout. Yeah, 52.30. Watching 53 here. High day 55. Cutting the trade for a small win. Look to get back in for break of 53. It's back below 52, 51. Just 49.60, 70. Watching for a bounce. There's 51 on the ask. Gonna cut this trade. Small profit. It's not really bouncing over 51 at the moment. Looks like HKD is moving. Is it moving in my favor? It's really low volume. Over 1080 with 100 shares maybe? For the move to 11? At that point, I'm risking like 20 bucks for... Yeah, I don't know if I should trade it on that small size. Might not be worth it. GFAI. Does it have volume? Market high 2950. Used to get a little bit more volume, so wait for more people to pour in. For break of 29 up to 2950. Okay, sellers at 728.50. Not yet. Okay. Chris, how many trades do you typically do in a day session? Anywhere from 30 to 100, 110. And I trade until usually 2 hours after the market opens. So 1 to 2 hours of trading, and then 30 to 140 trades. Actually, no, 30 to 100 trades is my typical. And then Jonathan, really fast. Those are some fast trades. When you enter a trade, do you start small and then add more as you see the price move in your favor? Yes, on especially on these sub-dollar stocks, there's a lot of room to add. And so I'll get in a starter position either on a dip trade or on an initial breakout, just on starter size, and I won't sell that right away. I'll wait till I can get an add once the price moves in my favor. So once the price is moving like it wants to break out, then I'm doubling, I'm tripling, um, and then I'm selling partials as I see the breakout occur. I'm not selling the whole thing when the breakout occurs, on especially on these smaller stocks. But on stocks above $1, I am kind of selling the breakout. Looks like Foxo is breaking out. Possible trade here. 77, big seller. Ugh. 75. Add down there with the buyer at 76. No, it looks like it's not holding. Gotta cut it. HKD up at 1130 now. Might be halting up soon. Dip to 1122 maybe. Seller is there at 34. Looks like it just breaks right through. In here for the break over 50. Watching 1150. Small size. that flush. Watching for a bounce. 21-30. Adding at 34. Might be a bad decision here though. Now that I think about it. Has to get back over 34, 35. 35, it's a big spread. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this. This is a bad idea in the first place. Yeah, I'm just gonna... That's too big of a spread. It's too wild. Gonna go back to what I know. That's not it. Okay. I have 83.10. Watching 83. Flush down to 81. Big bot seller there. 83. Hmm. Add there at 79. Watching the hold of 79, 78. $78 on the ask. Oh god, it's selling off way too much. Way too much. That really fucking sucks. Why did it flush 8 cents? God damn it. What the hell? Back up at 79 too. Okay. Voxo is just too light volume. It's too light volume. Akon, kind of want to see a bounce off view up here because it's the only one we've been doing good on. So yeah, we got flushed on, and then it goes back in our favor. We'd be break even on the trade right now. Instead we're down 300. Sucks. Just wicked me out. Watching 81 and 83. So watching 83 here. There's the breakout 83, 85, 87. Out at 85.60. At 86 there, watching 88. Took half off the table for profit. The other half is going to be a pro loss probably. Unless we get back over 88. Added for the break of 88. There's 90. Can we get over 90? Watching 90 here. Took half off. There's 93. 93.50, the high a day. Holding from 87. Watching 92. Bad there at 91. Watching 93. Watching 93, 94, there's 95, 96. We might get a break of 1 here. Big buyers there at 94. Watching 96, 97, 98. Add there at 98. Watching this for break of 1. It's extending. There's 99. Watching break of 1 here. There's 101, 102. Watching 102 here. Watching 102. There's 105. Should get a halt up here soon. This is an insane squeeze. 106. Watching for the halt level. Holding 1,000 from $1 or 2,000. Trying to see if it can break back over 106 and get a halt level up. Add there at 105. Watching 106. Cutting it. Back in there. 98. Watching 99. And back over 1. Watching for the dip bounce. Watching 99 here. Break back over 1. High 104.5. Watching 105. This is going to be a huge one. 110. Just halting. Looks like it's halting here. Gonna be holding from 99.50. Huge trade there. Huge trade. FRGT popping up. 38.50. I don't think FRGT has enough volume for me to trade it efficiently. So I'll go back to Acon on this chart. Alright, so this should resume at 26:30, about 4 minutes to resumption. Chris and MLM. How did I start trading? How did I learn to trade? Um, I started back in summer of 2020 when the markets were going crazy. I didn't trade at that time. I was just learning. I primarily learned from Warrior Trading, and um, I learned all my setups from Warrior Trading, but then um, I'm no longer a student there because I wasn't able to be profitable while I was a student. I ended up having to like separate myself from Warrior Trading and then really dive into what was working for me as an individual trader. And from there, I was able to figure out that I'm good at dip trades, I'm good at breakout, buying on sub-dollar stocks, and I'm good at opening range breakouts. And from there, you figure out what you're good at, and then you really lean into those, and then throw away anything that's bad. In terms of how did I learn, I would just say probably I learned through YouTube, Warrior Trading, his earlier videos, not his videos now, but his earlier videos. Um, I would definitely look up how to read a level 2. I'll probably make a video on that eventually, but for now, there's probably videos out there about how to read level 2 and price action trading. Some places to get started, looking at chart patterns, and you don't want to be throwing real money in until after you've put simulator hours in. So you want to be in a simulator for anywhere from 6 months to a year, and then from there, once you have the track record of proven profitability in a simulator, then you can switch to live. And live trading is a different ballpark than simulator in terms of the emotions you feel. But yeah, you don't expect to be profitable until at least a year or 2 years. 1 to 2 years is the typical turnaround time for a profitable trader. Watching 41 here on Frigid. Volume's coming in, so I can trade it now. Watching 42. $41.50. Taking some off at $41.49. $41.70 is the high of this candle. Add there at $41.60. Watching 42. Okay, got filled a little bit at 42. Watching 42.50. I'm gonna hop out of the trade there because Foxho's resuming right in 5 seconds. 109. Out at 104. Watching back in at 109. Watching break over 19. 110. Watching 110. Sellers at 110. Oh god. Got filled at 103 on that exit. Damn, so gave back 200 on resumption. That resumption was not clean. Okay, we'll wait for it to get back above 110. Starter here, 110. Watching 114, 15. There's 17. Looking this over 20. Seller at 20. Watching closely. There's 19, 20. Watching 20, there's break of 20, watching 21, 22, there's 23, 24, back to high day. There's 25. Back in, 24, watching 27, looking for this to get stuck to the halt level, and then we'll sell into the halt. I don't want to hold into this halt. Looks like 26 is the halt level, so watching. See if it moves up, watch if it moves up. Watch the halt level to move up, there's 30. 29 is the halt level now. Gonna sell 3/3 of it, or 3/4 of it into the halt. So holding into the next halt, but only with smaller size because this halt resumed with a flat resumption and then it dipped down. I didn't like the resumption. So in all actuality, I probably should have taken it off the table, the 500 shares that I'm holding. But I'm thinking because we had weakness and then we ripped back into a halt, I'm thinking maybe we do get a jump up this time. That's my thought process behind holding a little bit into the halt. But I took most of it off just in case we do, on the off chance that we do halt or resume flat or below. FRGT over 42. This is a typical pullback, but below 40, it's looking like a sell-off. Yeah, Chris, warrior trading is pretty pricey. I am, um, for me, it was worth it because it sped up my learning curve by a lot. Like I didn't have to go and try and scour the internet for good content and figure out what was good and what was not good. And I definitely resonate a lot with his style of trading. But it's really it's up to the individual on whether or not they want to pay that much for the course. For me, it was worth it just because it gave me the roots. It gave me the foundation. Watching 42 here on FRGT. Can get a starter here for break of 42. Watching 42 on FRGT. Adding for the break of 42. Waiting for some green on the tape at 41.90. I'm looking to add again at 42. Waiting for it to hold 41 here, 41.50. There's 80. Watch 41.90. Watching 41.80. Big seller there at 41.50. See if we can break through. Volume is trailing off. Gonna be looking to take off the trade here. Took the $40 loss. Okay, about 50 seconds, 40 seconds to the resumption here. So 129 is the halt up. 20 seconds to resumption here. Ten seconds, watching. Flat resumption. Watching this back over 30. Watching 29, 30. There's 34, 40. Adding back at 33, watching 40 here. Watching for break of 40. There's 39. Watching 40 here. 39, 40. There's 42. $43. 43. Sellers at 43. At a high of 46 there, I didn't see that. Cutting it for now. 38. And at 32. Add at 29. Can we get a bounce here? Below 25 is a cut. Out at 25. So gave back 300 off the top. Looks like it might be halting down here. Back in on the false halt down. Watching 20. Nope. Trying to cut it. We'll see if we can get out. Okay, so I was able to get out 950 shares out of my 1,000 shares. So I'm mostly out. Watching 31 on GFAI. There's 3130, watch 3150. 3140 has a big seller there. Watching 3150 for that break a high a day. It's getting bought up. Got some out at 3150. Watching 32 here. There's 3180. Cutting the rest of it 3160. Watching 32. Watching this break of 32. Starter size here. Gonna cut it actually. Don't like how it dips down right away. Was right to cut it. Good thing. So this will resume at 4103. FOXL will resume at 4103. Back in here for a starter for the break of 32. Be looking to add through 32. Watching 32 here. Want to see just a little bit more confirmation before I add my position. There we go, adding. Watching 32.50. Make sure we break 32 here. Seller at 32. $31.95 on the ask. Cutting at 31. It false broke out. Dolce, are you heading out? Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Okay, about 1 minute to resumption on FOXO. We're just gonna sell our 50 shares, I think. Acon, we're watching for break back into the 50s eventually. It has to get over 46 and 48 first. 10 seconds to resumption on Foxo. Resumed at 110. Okay, if it's holding 110, 120, we can get back in soon. And at 17, watching back over 20. Back over 20 here, watching 19, 20. Watching 20 here. Seller at 19 needs to get through. Watching 14, 15. Out at 13. Back in 15. Now I'm gonna get out. BuzzFeed just broke back over VWAP. It's a nice push through VWAP. 20 cents, or 15 cents. FRGT curling back up, 42. Watching 42 on FRGT. Okay, watching 43. Huge seller at 42.60. Watching 43. High of 43.70. Adding for break of 43. There's 43.50. Try and take some off at 43.50. Okay, 42 by 43. It's 43.01. Watching this through 43.50. And if I'm going to get out of my position, I need to sell into strength. So watching for strength. There we go. There we go. There's 44. High of day here. Breaking high of day, 44. Watching 43.80. Cutting it for a small loss, 43. It's not just enough volume yet. So Foxo, if we can get a curl back to 120, possibly, that could be looking good for a trade. Okay, Foxo. Gonna get Foxo on a side chart, we'll see for now. Low of 105 there. 1 second here. And here at 110. Watching 111 for this candle to go green. Bottoming tail with volume. So watching 13, 14. Taking off 1,000 at 14. I'll be looking at this towards 20. Or back to break even. So we hit a high of 15 there. Watching the sellers at 14 and 15. Adding at 15 here. Watching this for a break towards 20. Watching 16, 17. And looking at this towards 20 for the curl back up towards a halt. So 17, sellers at 17. Cutting at break even, watching the buyers at 14. Buyers at 14, sellers at 16. Watching the battle here. In there at 16. Watching 17 sellers. Looks good for a curl. Through 20. Buyers stepping in at 15. They agree. Watching this 19, 20 area. Watching 19, 20. There's 20. Can we get 21 into a halt level up? Watching this. Gonna be taking off some at 23. Watch 25 here. This should look into a halt up soon. Watching 25. Taking some more off at 22. 25 there. Adding back, watching this over 25. I assume the halt level is around 30. So watching 27, 28. There's 28. Looking to take off 500 shares at 28. Watching this through 30. There's 29. Halt up is at 30. Back below 10, look at that. Can we get back above 20? 14 on the ask. 13. 14 on the ask. Gonna cut it at 13. Cutting it at 13. Don't like that flush down. I wanted to see that go into a halt up there. FRGT 42. FRGT is just too low volume. I can't trade it right now. It's a good pattern, but it needs more volume. So yeah, Foxo, our trade setup there was just bottoming wick after, it looks like it's curling here. It hits a bottoming wick. And then as this candle was going green, I was buying for that curl back up to 120. And I assumed the halt level was around 125, 130. That's why I was holding a little bit longer on that trade. It's going to be looking here for next one to watch. 125, 128. It's possible if Foxo gets back into the 20s and we get our second rip over this pivot. So now we have a pivot here at 128 for the break of high day at 146. And it's not able to break 146 just yet. It probably has to get halted one time up in order to get back up to highs. So we have a pivot now at 128. And we'll see. View ops at 105. Things are slowing down just a bit. I will call it if we break down view up here. Yeah, Jonathan, I was expecting a small green day today, and we got surprised. So after yesterday's loss, I was coming into today with risk management as my sole focus, which is why my first like 30 minutes I was only up like 100 or $70. But as you can see, the days where I get above my daily goal, like 300, 400, that's when I really start to push the pedal to the metal and aim for those bigger days. But there are some days where it's just last week on Tuesday and Wednesday, they were both $200 days, and that's because there wasn't anything I was going super green on. It was just kind of scalping little $10 here, $20 here, and I got up to 200 and I called it a day there since there was nothing else. I wasn't like zooming past 200, so I just called it at 200 because that's my daily goal. At this sizing, my daily goal is 200. And what I mean by this sizing is like the 100, 300, 500 shares that I use at the beginning of the day. Once I have a big enough profit cushion, I can go up to 1,000, 2,000. But normally on a stock that's like $1.40, I'd be using 500 shares. But here I'm using 2,000, 3,000. So VVPR is curling up. I was waiting for it to get some more volume, but it seems like it's getting some volume here. I'll watch 79 here for a break. Watching 79. Hit 80 there for a moment. Watch 80 break. There's 81. Watching 82 here. Watch 82. There's 82 for a moment. Back below 79. Ooh, I do not like that. 80, 81. Watch 81. Can I get out at 81? Problem with throwing out sell orders, I'm going to scare off buyers. Okay, so watching for this back over 80. Back over 80. There's 81. 79, Jesus. Trying to get filled, it's flushing hard. 1 second, gotta buy the dip here. Bought the dip at 72, can we get 74, 75? Have to cut it at 71. Okay, that's maybe a sign. I was watching VVPR all the way down here at 70 on a side chart, but there was no volume, so I was waiting for it to get volume. It got volume, I got in, and it crushed me. So minus 250 there. That's a good spot to stop. I think what happened there was as soon as we broke out, there might have just not, I think it was still a volume problem because if we had more volume there, there would have been buyers to buy the breakout further. I got in at 78.50, 80, 81. We hit 82. But when we hit 82, the ask instantly went back to the ask was already back down at 78. And then it popped back up to 80. So that was telling me that the stock was very thin. It wasn't thickly traded. It was very thin to the point where there's no buying at all, no selling at all. And basically meant I couldn't get an exit. I could have taken an exit at 78, but we had 80 on the ask and my cost basis was 80. So I was really looking for it to pop to 81 and I would get out on the bid at 80 for a break-even trade. But it ended up, it popped back over 80 and then flushed down to 75 and 73. So Yeah. At that point, I was doing damage control. I said, you know what? We're down 8 cents on it. Let me go ahead and see if I can get a pop back up to 75 after adding down here. So I added at 72, and then we didn't get the pop to 75, so I had to cut it as I went to 71. That's what you can see right here. So I added at 72, had to cut it as it came back down. Anyways, so like I think there was a comment um earlier this week or yesterday about sometimes when I'm in a losing trade I'll add to the position. Is that averaging down or is that buying the dip? In this case, I was buying the dip to see if I can get it out break even at 75. If I held it right now, if I was still holding right now, that would be considered averaging down, since at that point you're no longer looking for a bounce, you're looking for another whole move. So my ad down there at 72 was a dip buy, looking for 75 to get out break even, and if it goes back below 72, cut the whole thing. So it was like a last ditch effort to get out break even, and then the second it didn't go, I cut my trade. And because I cut it and didn't hold it, it's not averaging down. Acon back over VWAP. Let's see here. Does it have volume? It's got volume. We'll watch for 46. 45. Needs to hold 45. Gonna hold 45 here. Seller stepping at 45, waiting for a second here. It's a big volume candle. Just don't like how it went red at the end. Buyers at 44. Okay, buyers at 44. Watching 45 here. Should be buyers at 44 still. We'll see if they're still there. Watching 44. Volume died off on this candle. That's totally fine. It's a pullback candle. Okay, watching 45 here on Acon. Okay, I don't like how much the volume died off. It's kind of, there's almost no orders going through right now. We had a huge volume spike of almost 800,000 shares and then nothing. What's going on? Watching 45. Starter there at 45. Watching 45.70. Riding for 45.70, 48. Watching 45.80, there's a seller there. Taking some off, break even. Watching that seller at 45.80. It's coming down, gonna go ahead and get in for 46 break. Watch 46.50. 46.11, 46.30. Getting some off at 46.20. 46.20 and watching 46.50 here. High the previous move 48.50. Watching 46.50 here. 46.70. Cutting the rest of it for a small loss. Okay, we dip down to 45. Foxo has reclaimed VWAP. Okay, Acon watching 46 again. We have some high red volume there on the previous 1 minute candle. Starter at 46. We'll see if it takes. And watching 46. 46.70 was the high of that move. There's 46.70. We're looking for an add. But back below 46 now. $46 on the ask. Okay, watching 47 and 48.50 is the high. Add there at 46.20. Watching 46.70. It's back below 46. It's holding 45. Big buyer at 45. Are we gonna hold 45 here? Cutting at 45.12. Foxo moving. Starter at 11 on Foxo. Watching 12 and 15. There's 14. Sellers at 14. I expect some sellers on the way back up. There's 12 on the ass, 13. I have 14 on that move. Add there at 11. There's 12, 13. Adding at 12. Watching 13. Taking some off at 11. Going back down. And sure says. Taking the rest off at 11. Big seller popped up at 12. We'll have to wait again. So both Acon and Foxo are setting up nicely. Starter at 10 on Foxo. Watching 12. Can look through and add through 12. Add at 11. Watching the bid size, ask size. Cutting it at 9. BuzzFeed back at $3. Look at this thing though. I don't trust it because every single time it gets up there, it false breaks. So there's 305. Is it gonna hold 3 this time? If it holds 3, we have a trade on our hands. So it's holding 3 for now. 301. Sellers at 303. Okay, so it's holding for now. Watching the sellers at 303 for a possible entry. In here 303, watching break to 310. 305. 308. Taking off 300 shares. And there's the breakout. Ah, wow. 18. Big buyer there at 15. Big buyer at 15. Is it gonna hold the buyer? Nope. Watching 30 break. No break of 30. Cutting that trade. So basically just break even on that entire move. Yeah. And they're at 18, watching 20 break. Okay, 23. There's 25, watching 28 here. Watch 28. Watching 28 for that move through 30. Foxo moving. Watching 28.30 on BuzzFeed. Add there at 22. Brings our average to 24. Watching 26. There's 29, there's 30. Took off half at 29. Watching that break of 30. Cutting the rest break even.
Big seller there at 113 on Foxo. And at 112, seller went away for a little bit. Seller's back at 14. Gonna cut it, break even, small win. Back in at 20 on BuzzFeed. Watching 23. Watching 23 for this candle to go green. Oh, cutting it. Small break even. Okay, so BuzzFeed I'm not really able to trade well. Over trading on it. Not getting any profits. FOXO. Probably needs to get closer to 20 for that next move up. There's a break in on the 1 minute there on BuzzFeed. Is it going to hold or is it going to false break? I'll wait. It's false breaking, I think. 317. Yeah, it's a false breakout. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there. Alright. BuzzFeed keeps on teasing me. You know, lower size. I'm gonna lower size on BuzzFeed and see if I can catch a nice win. Watching 26. Watching 26 here. If we break 26, we should hit 30. Looking for a 10-cent win. Cutting out there at 15. Alright, now I'm done. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get those off my screen. Export. So a great recovery day from yesterday. Most of the profit coming on Foxo on that move from 80 cents to $1.46. So on this whole move from 80 cents to $1.46, I believe we were trading it at 80 cents. Let me go check. Let's see, where do I start trading Foxo? Yeah, 80 cents. So we caught the entire move. Very nice. And then AKAN, that was this move right here, mostly. Right there. From 40 cents to 50. And then everything else is pretty crap. We already went over the VVPR trade. VVPR, we just caught. We're in here at 80. We're in at 80. Caught the breakout to 82, but the ask instantly went back down to 78. And then back to 80. And I didn't want to get out on the bid at 76, 77, so I was waiting for it to break 80 again to get to 80 on that, 80 on the bid to sell break even, and then we eventually flushed down to 76 or 70, 73, 74. All right, those are all the big ones. The little ones in between, I don't really count. These are all just, they cross each other out. All right. So a great way to go into the weekend, and a nice recovery day from yesterday's loss. So we're back at high of day on the month, and we have 2 days left in the month, 2 trading days left. So I'll see you guys Monday for the 30th? 30th of... Yeah, the 30th of January. Alright. I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Thank you for being here.